Alola everyone, my name is SwagKirby. 2024 marks 20 years of me being a Pokemon fan. I remember it like it was yesterday. My classmate showing me this Pokemon handbook that my classroom had. It only featured the first 150, but after I got into it, I got to know the other 236 Pokemon at the time. And since then, 6 whole generations of Pokemon have graced us. And with every generation of Pokemon comes several favorites. Today, I'm going to count down the top 10 Pokemon I've grown attached to over the years. So here we go. Number 10, Mime Jr. This one didn't make this list because of the games, but more because of the anime. In the Advanced Generation episode Sweet Baby James, James caught a charming little Mime Jr. I always thought it was super adorable and charming, but my absolute favorite moment of Mime Jr. in the anime is when it used Teeter Dance, which caused the song from the 6th Pikachu short to play. I loved hearing that song again as a kid, all thanks to Mime Jr. Not only that, but Mime Jr. is very cute and charming, and it has that extra fairy type as of Gen 6. Well, I've never used one in the games, though I did try to do a Mime Jr. only run in Shining Pearl that didn't go over well. Its appearance in the anime and other media put Mime Jr. on this list. Number 9, Vanillite. Yes, I know the Vanillite line has been panned by millennials for not being original, but these millennials don't know about Japanese folklore. Vanillite became a favorite of mine because in the Unova region, there are dragons everywhere. Fairy type didn't exist yet, so the only weakness for dragon type Pokemon is the elusive ice type. And Vanillite is the first ice type you encounter in Unova, right before the 5th gym in the cold storage. Vanillite has helped me win lots of battles in Unova, and then in Galar, Vanillite are found right off the bat in the wild area. My Vanillite and Shield has given me lots of victories with its Snow Warning ability. Overall, Vanillite is an underrated gem of an ice type with good battling skills and is often overlooked because you call its design lazy. Not me. I love the little ice cream cone and will defend it to this day. Number 8, Gardevoir. A bit of a recent addition, I found its usefulness to be pretty good. Picture this, you're playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Cynthia has defeated you for the 493rd time. You need a fairy type to counter her notorious Garchomp. That's where the Grand Underground comes in. You get some more fairy type options there, and Ralts was one of them. After leveling up the little Ralts by looking for every rare candy in Sinnoh, I evolved it into Gardevoir and took out the champion with a deadly Destiny Bond. Since then, I ended up using Gardevoir in subsequent playthroughs. I know a lot of people only like Gardevoir because of its appearance, and they like to do lewd things to the poor creature. I know someone made a video about this telling everyone to leave Gardevoir alone. Thankfully, I'm not one of those people. I like Gardevoir because of its typing and battle skills. Number 7, Togekiss. A lovely and graceful creature with a good moveset. I was given a mysterious egg by a friend and it hatched into a Togepi. I moved it to Pokemon Sun and used it there, and that's how Togekiss became one of my favorites. Now every time I do a Johto playthrough, I end up using the Violet City Togepi egg in my team, even in Gen 2 when Togekiss didn't exist yet. In the Johto games, it was a normal type, but when it switched to Fairy in Gen 6, it became a true favorite. Fairy has become my favorite type since its inception, and Togekiss is a great example of it. Number 6, Jigglypuff. It's no surprise that I love the cute Pokemon the best, and Jigglypuff is no exception. There are a few reasons why I like Jigglypuff. Firstly, there's the anime. Jigglypuff was a recurring character in the original series, with its running gag of putting everyone to sleep and drawing on their faces with its iconic marker. My favorite Jigglypuff highlights include it beating up a bunch of Clefairy and acting savage towards a pop star's pair of Igglybuff. Another reason is Super Smash Bros. Jigglypuff has been a playable fighter from the very beginning. I liked it in Melee, but it wasn't until Brawl when Jigglypuff became one of my favorites. I loved seeing its final smash. I was expecting it to be something involving its singing, but it growing to a monstrous size was something unexpected, and I loved it. Jigglypuff was my main in Brawl when I was a kid, and I still really like using Jigglypuff to this day. Jigglypuff evolves from Igglybuff, who is equally adorable and has one of my favorite anime episodes, and into Wigglytuff, the ferocious apple-craving leader of the Explorers Guild. All 3 are wonderful, and I love them all, whether in the game, spin-offs, or anime. Also, Jigglypuff looks like Kirby, and I like that too. Number 5, Klefki. What's this? Another Objectmon? Yes. Klefki has won my heart ever since I met my first Klefki back in Pokemon X. It's cute, it's got a great type combination, it's great in battle, and overall a great Pokemon. I even ended up using one more recently in my playthrough of Pokemon Violet. I love the little keychain so much. Keep on being awesome, Klefki. Number 4, Azumarill. Another fairy? As a kid, I always liked the Marill line. They're super cute and super blue. During my first playthrough of Pokemon Black 2, I caught a little Azumarill in the Flockacy Ranch. It has since evolved into Marill and then into the amazing Azumarill. It became even more of a powerhouse in Gen 6 with its added fairy typing. My Univin Azumarill originally had thick fat as an ability, and I wanted to change it to huge power. However, I got the ability patch and ability capsule mixed up, so now that Azumarill has Sap Sipper. This did come in handy though, since it knows Ice Beam as well. It's a treat battling unsuspecting trainers who think they can defeat it using a grass type move. I love that whole line, and Azumarill has played a role in my life so much that it's in the top 4. Number 3, Pichu. I love the little Pichu baby. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that I love cute things, and Pichu is super adorable. I became a fan of Pichu in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yes, Pichu did hurt itself in attacks and is the lowest ranking tier character in the game, but I love it anyway. I was crestfallen to know it was removed from Brawl, but I was super excited when it was confirmed to come back to Ultimate. It even became a top tier fighter for a while, giving it a better reputation among the competitive scene. I also love watching the adorable Pichu brothers in the anime and getting the Spiky-Eared Pichu in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. In general, Pichu's cuteness has given it the number 3 spot since childhood, and I forever will love the electric mouse even more than its iconic evolution. Number 2, Ditto. As a kid, I like things that are squishy and can shapeshift. When I was looking at the first handbook for the first time and spotted Ditto, I just decided that that's my favorite. Unfortunately, being a Ditto fan during the earlier generations of Pokemon wasn't fun, and since Ditto was excluded from the Hoenn and Sinnoh regional Pokedex, and merchandise of Ditto was limited to Japan-exclusive out-of-print items you can only purchase online, I asked my grandmother to sew me a Ditto plush because of that, which I still own to this day. In the games, I always try to use a Ditto on my team in current games. Usually I put an ability patch onto it to give it an imposter ability, which led to some amazing battles with my friends. But as we all know, Ditto is the master of breeding, and I often use Ditto for that too. Whenever I need to breed a Pokemon for the Dex, I can rely on Ditto for this egg. Overall, Ditto is cute, squishy, can transform, is great at breeding, and has made my favorite since childhood up until college. Which Pokemon could possibly dethrone Ditto as my absolute favorite? Number 1, Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a Pokemon who only wants to find love, but its terrifying appearance gives it trouble to talk to people and other Pokemon, and thus it dresses up as Pikachu, the most popular Pokemon, so it can be loved the way Pikachu is. See, right before Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, I experienced a breakup, and I was having some trouble with meeting new people. I felt like an outcast. Doing some sketches of Mimikyu made me realize, this Pokemon is me. A single, lonely loser who only wants to find true love, but its terrifying appearance freaks people out. The Pokemon Company posted a song from Mimikyu's point of view about Mimikyu wanting to meet people and make new friends. I almost cried seeing Mimikyu be caught in the trainer's Pokeball after hearing all that. When Pokemon Sun and Moon finally released, I caught a Mimikyu for myself in the abandoned Thrifty Mega Mart. I loved using it in battles. It's another fairy type, which is my favorite type, and it knows Play Rough and Dazzling Gleam, which are my 2 favorite fairy type moves. Mimikyu has appeared in all subsequent Pokemon games excluding remakes or legends, which lets me use it in those playthroughs. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet even has Mimikyu appearing as early as before the 2nd gym, so I got to use Mimikyu pretty early there. I love this Pokemon so much. It's cute, it's relatable, it's great in battle, and just overall amazing. Thank you, Mimikyu, for being in my life. And that, my friends, is my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Pokemon has been a part of my life for 20 years, and since then, many Pokemon have won my heart. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Also, please follow my Twitch channel where I do video game streams. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you with another video.